What's going on, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo.
And Bill.
And today we are coming to you with the review of The Relic from 1997, directed by Peter Hyams, starring Tom Sizemore as Detective D'Augusta. Pretty simple plotline for this one. A South American mythical monster hunts, stalks, and kills people in a museum in Chicago. That's basically it.
They eat their hypothalamus.
Yeah. What the hell's a hypothalamus?
It's part of your brain.
What part?
Is
it next to the medulla oblongata?
I don't know.
There's something wrong with his medulla oblongata. Mama said.
It like regulates regulates body temperature.
But Mama say.
Who gives a fuck? I don't know. It regulates body temperature and hormone productions.
It regulates hormone production?
Hormone.
Okay.
You're stupid, man.
I know. You said it.
I got the word wrong. Give me a break.
Okay, so commercially, movie was a failure.
Yes, it was.
$60 million budget, brought in $48 million worldwide. Didn't do jack shit. It was complete crap at the box office. But it does have a bit of a cult following, and it receives quite a bit of praise, I've noticed, in the horror circles.
Yes, I actually really enjoy this film.
Yeah, he likes it a lot. My overall take is, meh.
He didn't really enjoy it. It was the first time he ever saw it.
It was okay. It was just, meh.
I like it. I'm sorry. I like the film.
So.
The book, of course, was way better, but that's always the case.
So I know you said you found some interesting facts out about the movie.
Well, about the director. The director has had an occurring dream about being trapped in the Smithsonian, but instead of like the giant monster, mythological monster thing that we have, it's a giant squid. Yeah, I don't get it.
Maybe
that's a weird recurring dream.
He probably eats a lot of sushi and dreams about them getting their revenge.
I don't know. And also, this director does not watch his own films. And he's actually said why he doesn't. He says, I don't watch my own films because I know I'll be annoyed because I can't change something that I find wrong. One of those perfectionists.
I guess he's just afraid of it being shitty, I guess.
No, he's afraid that if he doesn't like something, he can't say, cut, and change it.
Sure you can. George Lucas does it all the time.
He doesn't have money like that to refilm everything and do bullshit like that. Jesus Christ.
You never know. They come out with special editions all the time of added in new footage, you know.
True, if the footage is there.
CGI computer graphicing and they got something brand new.
Oh, Lord.
And this one does have quite a bit of CGI in it.
It does.
It is a very CGI-oriented movie. Early CGI, no, not early. CGI has been around for a long time now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, CGI came out back in, CGI was basically created by ILM. ILM is created by George Lucas. George Lucas basically created CGI. Sorry.
Well, since we're already there, do you want to start with the cons?
Yeah, sure.
Because that's one of the cons I have for this film, is the CGI is not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I have a couple different spots I wanted to talk about. The monster doesn't look terrible.
It doesn't, but when it's on fire, it looks horrible.
There's a scene at the end of the movie where the monster's on fire.
Looks bad.
And it just looks like... How do I put it?
I don't know.
It looks like they superimposed like a fiery glow-in-the-dark object over the top of a rave. That's what it looks like. And then there's a scene at the very end where the monster is defeated and it explodes, and the pieces fly at your face, almost like it was done in 3D almost, but it's not.
Yeah, like they wanted it 3D.
And these CGI-looking pieces of flesh of the monster come flying at you, and it just looks really dumb.
Yeah.
It looks bad. It does not look good. Yeah. I didn't like it at all.
Still, we're kind of not to where we are right now with CGI, so you can kind of forgive them a little bit for the CGI, but yeah.
I think they could have done better with practical effects.
And there are some in this film, but just not a lot.
I think the explosion of the monster would have been really good with some practical effects.
Oh, yes.
They could have made some great fake chunks, and put some hamburger meat and all kinds of stuff in there and make it look real good.
Yeah, that would be
I was
really
watching
cool.
Evil Dead last night. Like I said, I reviewed Evil Dead last night. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
But I was watching Evil Dead last night, and you can tell at the end of the movie when the bodies are decomposing and all that they used creamed corn, hamburger meat, and oatmeal and it looks good.
Huh.
Even for 1981, and when it starts to like melt, it kind of looks like clay. That's early CGI right there.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
like
claymation
looking
junk.
deal.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of Gumby, the cartoon, the
Yeah.
way it sticks together and all that, the foamy looking animation.
Yeah.
But when they did it with the practical effects, you could. Come on, it's 1981. I could tell what oatmeal and the cream corn looked like, but it did look like oozing pus and nastiness coming out of these bodies.
Yeah.
And it looked decent, I mean, I think if they could have just packed something and boom, exploded it, and it would have looked good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. This movie, like we said, CGI. This movie needed more practical effects.
Yeah.
It has some, but it needed more.
Yeah.
All right. So already did my first con. What's yours?
I want to talk about the acting for a second. I did not like the acting of the supporting cast.
Oh, okay.
The main cast ain't bad, but the supporting cast, and two people I want to point out in particular are the two security officers in the control room. When
we only saw them
and they're fighting and they're playing. Yeah, but their acting was terrible. It sounded so wooden. I didn't believe at all that they were friends. I didn't believe that they were bickering. It just sounded like they were reading it right off a page, and it sounded terrible.
Okay, so some of the supporting cast was a little...
the doctor that wants to get that's trying to steal the grant out from under the other doctor. His acting.
Yeah.
I thought his acting was terrible. And in fact, I don't even like that entire side story. The movie, it served no purpose to the film.
But it was in the novel.
Yeah, I guess so, but maybe they should have fleshed it out some more in the movie because it really didn't go anywhere. All we got to see is, hey, this guy's an asshole, yay, he dies.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that it served. But yeah, that's just it. The acting, that little side story, I didn't really
like. Okay, I can give you some of that, but that little side story thing was in the book, so maybe that should have been a part that they took out of the book. Or not out of the book,
or fleshed it out.
Fleshed it out of the novel. Yeah.
Well, I mean, giving it a little more life, telling us a little more about it.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Okay. I guess my next con for this film would be the kills. They're really
not
blah or just cutaway.
Yeah.
They're all blah or cutaway, or we got some horrid CGI kills.
That gore where the dog was killed, the gore looked decent on that afterwards, but it was an After Effects shot.
Yeah, it was an After Effects shot. It was. So yeah, they were a little blah or cutaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best, most glorious kill, and you don't even see a kill, you just see the aftermath of it, is when they first find out what's going on and the monster drops that guy onto those spikes right in the middle of the...
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that looked kind of cool. Okay. That was cool looking.
Yeah.
But that was about the most...
But he was already dead. He was already,
As far as we know, anyway. I mean, he could have been alive, but,
Well, no, he didn't have a head.
Well, that's true. I really couldn't see it too well.
He didn't have a head, dude. Yeah, he could be alive. He didn't have a head, man.
You know that the human brain stays alive for 8 minutes after...
I don't... Well, his head wasn't anywhere near there, so, yeah.
You done there on that one?
Yes, I am.
I've only got one more con, but for me this is the biggest con, and this one con, when you put it in any movie, just ruins the whole movie for me.
Okay.
Now this is my opinion, but 2/3 of this movie, the first 2/3 of this film, are boring as fuck.
I didn't think they were that boring.
So bored.
I didn't find it.
The same problem Mimic had. The only problem was, at least this one, or the good thing was, at least this one had a third act that came with it. The third act picks it up and comes with it a little bit. Mimic didn't. Mimic puts you right on the edge of, oh, something's going to happen, and then it didn't.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this one at least came forward with the third act. It did do that. I enjoyed the third act. But the first couple halves, I was just, especially when they're just talking about all the science stuff. Sometimes you can go over technical in a movie. You can go over smart.
Yeah.
You can be smart without having to bore everybody to tears. And I was just bored through 2/3 of this film.
Okay, I can't agree with you there because I found it had a good story.
Well, that's why I said it was my opinion, not a shared opinion.
Yeah. See, we disagree here because I found the story kept me interested. It didn't keep him interested.
Yeah.
To each his own. I don't have anything else to add to the cons on this. Not a lot of huge cons in this film, just, So, I started with cons. Why don't you start with a pro?
First pro, I do like the design and look of the creature.
Yes.
It looks cool.
It does.
It's got like this weird kind of, like almost predator face look to it, where mouth opens up and it's got mandibles on each side. And it has those two big hooked mandibles that like grab on people. To rip
the head off?
And it rips people. Yeah, I thought that was cool that it really liked ripping people's heads off. It did kind of make it a one-trick pony with the kills, but it was kind of cool.
Okay, this is something they kind of didn't explain in the film. The reason why that it does that. And the reason why it's taking the hypothalamus gland. Those things
they needed some sort of nutrients or something.
Yes, and that was on the leaves that they burned. So that's why for that.
Yeah, they did kind of explain
it. It made it a one-trick pony, but it was a one-trick pony with a purpose, because without those hormones, it would die.
Right.
They didn't explain that in the film, that it would die without it. Which is kind of like at the beginning, why he's all freaking out on the boat, because, oops, this is the wrong trait.
Yeah.
Okay. My first pro for this film is the set design. I love this set design. It was actually filmed in the museum. Yes. A lot of museums, they wanted the New York Natural History Museum, and New York turned them down. They said they didn't want to get, they thought that the movie would bring a bad vibe or a bad, outlook on the museum. Because of the subject matter, they figured it would scare people away from going to the museum. No, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Yeah. Come on. Come on. But yes, I do love the set designs and the designs underneath the museum. Because a lot of people don't realize there are a lot of these hidden places underneath places like museums, stadiums, pretty much anywhere you go, especially in major cities. Especially major cities. Yes, there is this underground element that people have just forgotten. It's abandoned. Pretty much. And we went underneath as well and saw this stuff underneath, and where, think about it, if, especially in an older major city, something could be hiding down there and you wouldn't know. Right. Alright, so what you got next? My next pro is the gore. Like I said, most of the kills were cut away, but when they do show what happens, like the severed heads, things like that, they look pretty good. Yes. They look decent. They're non-CGI, so they look good. Like I said, practical. The body that does fall onto the spikes, that looked really good. That's pretty much it, though. I only have one more pro after that, but... Well, I'll just add to his right here. Where practical effects are used, that's a pro of mine. Where the practical effects are used, they're good. Yeah. They are very good. So I don't understand why we couldn't have had more practical effects in this film. Or see the actual killings in action a little more. That would have been better. Yeah. Instead of the cutaways. I'm not a big fan of cutaway kills, but I know sometimes you have to do it. I think I would have been more interested in the movie, too, if the creature would have killed more people leading up to that third act. Yeah. In the third act, the fucking thing goes nuts. It's killing all kinds of people. Yeah. But up to that, it killed, what, one person? Plus the people on the ship, of course. We didn't all the people on the ship. We didn't see any of that. Homeless people that were living down there because the cop found all the bodies. Yeah, the only thing we saw was the only one we saw was the security guard. The security guard. That was the only one we got to really check out. Yeah. And so I think if we would have seen some more kills, some glimpses of the monster more, kind of like Jaws. You know, Jaws, you didn't see the shark throughout most of the movie.
but you saw the kills he was doing.
Yes.
You would see, and you could feel its presence, and this lacked that element. They didn't show the monster till the end, but it lacked that element of suspense that the monster killing more would have brought.
And this is actually something that the director of this film mentioned in an interview once, is that Ridley Scott and Steven Spielberg, the best thing that ever happened to them was their monster looked like shit.
Yeah.
So they couldn't show but glimpses.
Right.
And I agree with that. Back then with that technology, if you see some of the old Alien footage, holy crap,
the shark that they had just didn't work.
Yeah, he didn't work
Bruce
very
didn't
well.
work,
Yeah.
So they had problems with Bruce, and that's why they couldn't use him.
But if you see some of the old Alien footage, and they did do shots of him, oh God, it looks like a guy in a suit.
Yeah, it does.
It's bad. It's bad.
So what do you got next?
Okay, my next pro for this film is the lighting. I always go with lighting.
Hey,
but
if you can't see a movie, you can't tell anything about it. So
yeah, but there are times when it needs to be dark, but not too dark. That lighting is so important in a film, especially when you have such dark environments.
Yeah.
So important.
Right.
Like we saw with Requiem. They fucked it up royally. But this movie, they don't screw that up. Where it's dark, you can still see what the fuck is going on. Pro.
My final pro, guys, is the third act did bring it quite a bit. Much better than it's not the greatest because of those things we talked about, the CGI at the end. But the third act was more exciting. It was fun. I enjoyed that third act. I just don't know if it can make up for the boredom I had for the rest of the movie.
Oh.
But it was good. That's why I give this a meh instead of a meh.
Okay.
Stream it. That's what I say. Stream this movie. If you're one of those people that loves this movie, stream it. Just stream it.
Okay, I will agree with you there. Just stream it, because if you don't love this movie, a physical copy of this movie will cost you. They're not cheap, because
they're harder to find lately, I've noticed.
Yeah, they didn't make a lot of them, especially Blu-rays. The Blu-rays they didn't make a lot of. So, okay, I'll agree with him there. If you're not a fan of this film, like I am, because I bought the Blu-ray. But if not, don't waste your money. Okay, if you don't like it, don't waste your money. Okay, I've got at least one more pro for this film, and that is the scene where everybody's running out of the museum, and oh my God, they are trampling each other to death. I love it. And then there's the revolving doors, and that one lady's getting her face smashed against the glass, and blood is coming out of her mouth.
The most dangerous monster of all time is human panic.
Yes. Oh, I love that scene. The human condition, survival of the fittest.
Survival of the stupidest.
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah.
Pretty much.
People, especially when you get a bunch of people together in a mob, they just go nuts.
They went nuts, man. They were nuts.
So.
That scene was a pro for me. I loved watching, especially since it's a whole bunch of fucking rich people. I fucking loved watching them just fucking trampling each other. I like that.
So did you have a favorite kill? Because I didn't.
This film, unfortunately, no, I didn't have a favorite kill, because the kills we do see, like the one where he takes some animals and takes that cop's head off, it was all CGI. And it looked bad. Yeah. All the other kills were cutaways. Mm-hmm. You know, where they did kills, it was CGI that they showed you, and it just didn't look good. Oh. I'm sorry, I can't give I like this movie too, and I can't give a favorite kill. Right. I can't.
Well, that's it then, guys. I hope you enjoy this review of The Relic, and I'll see you guys next time. What are we doing next week? Oh, I don't fucking know.
Take guard.
Anyways, this is BroncoJuggalo saying peace.
And Bill saying good night.
Hey. Call me the dead body man. You can call me the dead body man.